Hi, boys and girls. Oh boy, when we left off yesterday, Andrea, Emily, and Alexia all had on the Beaver Scout uniforms. Let's read to find out what is going on. Chapter 3, It's a Tough World Out There. Eek! I screamed. Girls, who let you in here? Girls can't be Beaver Scouts. They can too, Andrea replied. Cannot, I said. We went back and forth like that for a while. They changed the rules, Arlo, Andrea said. Boys and girls can be Beaver Scouts. This is the 21st century, you know. I knew perfectly well what century it was. What did that have to do with anything? I was going to say something mean to Andrea, but I didn't have the chance, because you'll never believe who poked her head into the door at that moment. Nobody. Poking your head into a door would hurt. I thought we went over that in chapter 2, but you'll never believe who poked her head into the doorway. Attention! A lady shouted. I had no idea what that meant, but everybody else did, because they all stood up straight the way soldiers do in the army. I'm Miss Blake, the lady barked. I'm your Beaver Scout leader. Miss Blake was wearing a Beaver Scout uniform like mine, but with a cooler shoulder patch. She looked mean. Hello, Miss Blake, my dad said, sticking his hand out to shake. We're so happy to... But he didn't have the chance to finish his sentence. All parents out of the room, barked Miss Blake. We just can't stand in the back and take a few pictures? My mom asked. No, barked Miss Blake. She sure barks a lot. I thought only dogs bark. Well, dogs and trees. Parents, get out! The parents made a beeline for the door. That was weird because I've never seen bees get in a line. They usually just fly around every which way. Are we going to learn how to blow stuff up? I asked after all the parents were gone. No, barked Miss Blake. Line up for inspection in size order. We all pringled up. I had to stand in front of Andrea, who's the tallest in our class. Emily is the shortest. She looked like she was going to cry as usual. Miss Blake walked down the line, looking everybody over. Disgraceful, she barked at Emily. Stop whimpering like a jellyfish. Filthy, she barked at Michael. Tie your shoes. Disgusting, she barked at Neil. Comb your hair. Slovenly, she barked at Ryan. Trim your fingernails. A mess, she barked at Alexia. Neatness counts. Miss Blake was standing in front of me. She looked me up and down. I was shaking with fear. I thought I was gonna die. She stuck her face about 2 inches from mine. I heard what you said when I came into the room, Buster, she barked at me. Do you have a problem with girls? No, sir, I said. Miss. Ma'am. I didn't know what to call her. You'd better not, Miss Blake barked in my face. Your mother was a girl once. Oh boy, poor AJ. Just once? I asked. I thought she was a girl all the time. Everybody giggled, even though I hadn't said anything funny. Are you trying to be smart, Buster? Miss Blake sneered at me. I wasn't sure how to answer that. Don't we go to school to be smart? Isn't being smart a good thing? Yes, seemed to be the answer. But from the look on her face, she didn't want me to say I was trying to be smart. And If I said I wasn't trying to be smart, that would mean I was just trying to be dumb. I didn't know what to say. I've got my eye on you, Buster, Miss Blake said. What did I do? And why was she calling me Buster? Miss Blake moved on to Andrea, looking her up and down. Very nice, she said. This girl is neat, her hair is in place, her fingernails are trimmed, her posture is good, and she looks confident. I'm going to give you a sticker. The sticker said Best Liner Upper on it. What? That's not fair. Nobody lines up better than me. Actually, I didn't care because stickers are lame. Grown-ups always think they're doing us a big favor by giving us stickers. They're just pieces of paper with sticky stuff on the back. If you want to give me something, give me a video game. But Andrea acted like Miss Blake had given her $1 million. Thank you, Miss Blake, Andrea said. Then she smiled the smile that she smiles to let everybody know that she got something nobody else got. Why can't a truck full of stickers fall on Andrea's head? Miss Blake wheeled around to face the group. The rest of you are pathetic, she barked. But I'll whip you kids into shape. By the time I'm done with you, you'll be spitting nails. That sounded kind of cool, actually. Excuse me, said Alexia, raising her hand. I thought we were going to sell cookies and do arts and crafts projects. Cookies? Snorted Miss Blake. Arts and crafts? That stuff is for wimps. It's a tough world out there, and the sooner you get tough, the better. Did I tell you about the time I was attacked by a bear? We just met you like a minute ago, I said quietly. I was on a 50-mile hike, said Miss Blake, and I suddenly noticed a bear was stalking me. He was getting closer and closer. What did you do? Asked Andrea. I punched his face in, said Miss Blake. That's what I did. It was a matter of survival. I thought of Miss Blake punching a bear was funny to me. I peeked at Ryan. He was peeking at me. He made a funny face, and I started giggling. I couldn't help it. Miss Blake wheeled around and glared at me. You think this is funny, Buster? She barked. You think I'm joking? Well, since you like jokes so much, I'll tell you a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side? No, barked Miss Blake. That brave chicken crossed the road to save his injured buddy, who had just been run over by a train. He was lying there, dying. That chicken risked his life to save his friend. Never leave your buddy behind. That's my kind of joke. It didn't seem like a very funny joke to me. Miss Blake is a flake. Chapter 4 is called Whip, Whap, Willie. I call this meeting of the Beaver Scouts to order, said Miss Blake. We begin and end each meeting with a beaver growl. What? Cows move, ducks quack, pigs oink, beavers. What sound does a beaver make? Ryan whispered. Beats me, I whispered back. I didn't even know they made sounds. Miss Blake got down on her hands and knees and started to scurry around on the floor, making weird noises. Get on the ground, she barked. Growl like a busy beaver. We all got down on the floor and growled. Okay, Miss Blake said as she jumped up. It's time for the official Beaver Scout promise. It's very simple. 3 little words. Miss Blake held up her right hand, closed her eyes, and announced, "Do your duty." Oh, we know where this one's going, right, kiddos? We all giggled because Miss Blake said duty, which sounds a lot like duty. It's okay to say duty, but you're not allowed to say duty. Nobody knows why. They should really have 2 different sounding words for those things. It would make it a lot easier. Next, Miss Blake handed each of us the Beaver Scout Handbook. Why do they call it a handbook? What else are you going to hold a book with? Your feet? I want you to take this home and memorize it word for word, she barked. This book could save your life one day. Books? Ugh! Books are boring. I don't even know why you're reading this one. I leafed through the handbook. It had a lot of activities in it. Making campfires, tying knots, studying insects, learning about astronomy, tracking weather, boating and canoeing, spelunking. Spelunking? What's spelunking? I asked. Spelunking is exploring caves, said Little Miss I Know Everything. That's a weird word. Why don't they just call it exploring caves? Why did they need to invent some dumb word that nobody knows? As you master activities in your handbook, you earn awards, said Miss Bark. First, you get a sticker just for trying a new activity. I love stickers, shouted Andrea. Then, as you get better, you'll earn a decal, said Miss Blake, showing us a page in the handbook that had pictures of decals. Decals are cool, said Emily. After that, you earn a ribbon, said Miss Blake. I like ribbons, said Alexia. Then you earn a badge, said Miss Blake. I've always wanted a badge, said Ryan. Then you'll earn a belt loop, said Miss Blake. Belt loops are metal loops that you put on your belt, so they have the perfect name. Then you'll earn a certificate, said Miss Blake. I can put that on my wall, said Neil. Then you'll earn a medallion, said Miss Blake. I can hang that around my neck, said Michael. Then you'll earn a plaque, said Miss Blake. I have that on my teeth, I said. Not that kind of plaque, dumbhead, said Andrea. Aw, snap, said Ryan. All that stuff sounded like a bunch of junk to me. I'd rather win nothing, stay home, and play video games. Finally, said Miss Blake, I will award the trophy for the busy beaver of the year. She showed us a picture of the big trophy. Ooh, we all oohed. The whole time, Andrea was taking notes in her notebook. She carries a notebook everywhere. Andrea loves winning stuff. She doesn't even care what it is. Okay, said Miss Blake. It's time for us to sing the Beaver Scout song. Turn to page 23 in your handbook. I love singing, said Andrea. The official Beaver Scout song is Whip Whap Willie, said Miss Blake. Oh, geez, bug just flew right up my nose. Whip whap is the sound of a beaver tail hitting the water. We sing it to the tune of Old MacDonald. Ready? Sing. We all started singing. All right, so this goes to the tune of Old MacDonald. Whip Whap Willie had a tail, E-I-E-I-O. And with that tail he whacked a snail, E-I-E-I-O. with a whip whip here and a whap whap there. Here a whip, there a whip, everywhere a whip whap. Whip whap Willie had a tail, E-I-E-I-O. Phew, that was the lamest song in the history of the world. But Andrea was belting it out like she was on Broadway. What is her problem? Okay, that concludes the meeting of the Beaver Scouts, said Miss Flake. Are we going to go spelunking? Neil asked. No, barked Miss Flake. When do we get to blow stuff up? I asked. Never. So, we can go home? Michael asked. No, barked Miss Flake. First, we have to do the beaver growl. We got down on all fours again, and scurried around the floor, making beaver sounds. I wonder if real beavers get together each week and act like people. They would probably stand up on their hind legs and chat about the weather or sing songs about what they were going to eat for dinner. That would be weird. Uh-oh. Chapter 5, kiddos, is called Not Fair. I can only imagine what the gang is going to say is not fair. See you next time.